It's very far away. Takes a while and half a day to get there. Oh, baby. That's Jimi Hendrix. I have a friend of mine that's older than me. He talked about how there when he was 12 or 13 and his older brother who was in high school brought home a Jimi Hendrix album, the first one that came out. I think it's Axis Bolder Than Love, Bold as Love. I can't be sure, but he said, wow, he was used to the Beatles, he was used to all these people in '67 that were just still trying to hold on to the lie of how trippy and copacetic and how real we weren't, how it was just all so proper, you know. But you go back, you see all these things. I'm going to talk about my mom and dad because it doesn't apply. There were people blowing each other away from years on years on years on, and like being in the sex museum in Amsterdam, and you look and next to the picture of Long Dong Silver, I hope I'm giving him some. Pick it up, look at some Long Dong Silver. I've never watched a video of him, but there he is, standing there. Next to it, there's a Japanese dildo from like 1325 or some shit. We've been as dirty as we can ever be for as long as we can be, and we're just starting to talk about it. They've been doing it all along. So you got Jimi Hendrix, he's singing this song. He sat down at Thanksgiving dinner and celebrated his birthday in 1969, the very day I was born. And it's like, and there was Bruce Lee, probably in LA at the time. He was sitting there celebrating his birthday and eating Thanksgiving dinner. We all have the same birthday. Don't forget about Andre Celsius, is that guy that came up with the Celsius thing that none of us know what the hell it means. I know the formula. Turns out that 40 below is 40 below, and Celsius and Fahrenheit, I didn't know that until I tried teaching a bunch of kids in a class about how to do the formula, and I was like, this thing's not working out. It ends up the same way both ways, but because 40 below is the only temperature they meet, I was trying to tell them how cold I've been. There it is. But so you got these guys, and you got Norm Spence saying how his brother brought home this vinyl album and put it on, and it just went whoa, whoa. Just blow your mind. If all you've ever had is the Beatles before they got psychedelic and tripped out, you got Jimi Hendrix coming on in '67 and going, Hendrix, we can't forget him. The British killed him, you know. They talk about how he OD'd and died, and he did, but he was living in Britain at the time. Great Britain. And I don't know if it was because he was a black man or if they just were stupid pale white men that had been inbred too long. Somebody decided they didn't know how to get to the hospital, and they went to one that was further away. And by the time they got there in the ambulance, he was dead. Stone cold forgiveness. Go Jimmy. Paratrooper like me. He was a paratrooper in the Army. As I understand, so was Axl Rose. I bet you I'm the only paratrooper you know that didn't get an Article 15. I knew their game. I played them. I changed them. I did everything it was just to get through it and giggle.